Good morning. Good morning, guys. Let's see. Gotta log in. Okay. Hope you all are doing great. There we go. All right. Let's see. So basically, I wanted to use this live stream today just to kind of go over some tickers that you guys were interested in. So, good morning, the one squib. Sup? Roger, what's up, man? Good morning. All right, let me let's see. I don't know. Maybe if I open this up, that'll be more light. Let's see. Helps a little. All right, there we go. So what stocks would you guys want to talk about? Tushy says ELAB. Let's talk about ELAB. All right. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? Is the volume good? Let me know or forever hold your peace. Hold your tongue. Come on. Hey, Roger says XPON. All right. We'll get into that. All right. Well, I'm not going to answer your questions about stocks if you don't answer my question about the volume, how the sounds. So, you know, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Yeah, I was disappointed in it too, man. Yeah, I'm sure you saw that. I held all day long and it didn't do it. It did not do it. Very upsetting. But hey, it's the stock market. It's going to let you down. Time and time again. All right. All right. So now I have both. I've got TikTok up and I've got the YouTube up. So, all right. Good morning. I can hear you. Perfect. What's up, Ingram? Good morning. All right. Let's see here. Perfect. Okay, good. All right. So let's look at ELAB. So here's ELAB. So what would you like to know about it, Tushy? What are your questions? Hey, thanks, Cardinal. Thanks for the hearts, me. Appreciate you guys. You're still holding. Okay. Any hope? Is there any hope in ELAB going up? Well, so this is how I would figure it out. I'd go maybe to a 30-minute chart and I'd, you know, take it down and I would see how many times recently it spiked. Because right now it's at 217. That's what it closed at. And it ran up to 368. What's your entry? Good morning, Mel. Yeah. Yeah, this could start being a thing now because now I'm here on the weekend. I was able to get the weekend off again. So, okay, you're in at 275. So, 275, is there any hope? 275. Just All right, let's put it 276. Okay, so we'll put that, we'll make that as your yellow line. That's where you are. Okay. So look, there is hope. There's plenty of hope because back here on the 14th, it actually got up to two. Looks like what is that? Two. That's 290 right there. So 289, 290, and that was on the 14th. So there is hope because it's been there before, and it's been there several times. I mean, at the least, you got 247. That's another 30 cents that you can save. Now prediction time, I don't have a timeline for you, but I do see it coming back. Um, you know, do we know why Elab spiked yesterday? Let's see. Let me look that up. Man, I guess my computer had an update. I gotta log into everything. Well, come on. I don't see any codes that they said they sent me. Hmm. Sorry, guys. I did not. Oh, man. Shoot. Might help if I typed it in correctly. Huh? That might help. I'm such a ding dong. My fingers got a little sloppy there. All right. Now I should be getting an email. Damn it. Or maybe not. All right. Sorry, guys. This is a very interesting situation here. I'm going to go into a different news program and see if there's anything else. All right, here we go. Let's see. Elab, why did it spike? Yeah, I did have an update because it looks like everything's got me kicked out here. All right, well, this one was a lot easier to log back into. So, all right, Elab, 20 hours ago, PMGC Holdings Inc. announces a 1.67 million in gross proceeds from warrants inducement with institutional investor priced at the market under NASDAQ roll. Okay, there you go. So that's why it went down. Okay. Terminates LI to focus on acquiring CNC precision manufacturing companies. I mean, they put out news pretty often too, so yeah, I definitely see it go back to at least your entry. I mean, so at least you don't lose any money. Now, could it drop down too? Sure, it can. Let's take a look at a 1 minute. Frick it, not a 1 minute. Let's go to a 10 minute here. So 10-minute chart, you're currently sitting at support. This is support right here. There's nothing below it except for this one. Your next candle coming down. You're probably going to come back down to 194 if it breaks $2. So that's my thought process there. All right. Sorry. Now let's look at, so that was Elab. Uh, Now let's look at XPON. Oh, sorry, on Elab. you're also going to bump your head on the volume weighted average price about 228 because it looks like it respects. So you'll bump your head, you'll see that as resistance. But keep in mind, it doesn't look like it's not going to go back up for you. All right, so here is XPON. XPON, we've got sitting at its support as well. If it breaks through this, it's got a little, very small little fair value gap down here. If it breaks through that 168, you're more than likely coming back down to about 148, which is low there. And if it breaks that 148 on XPON, then you're probably going to come back down to this little fair value gap down here. And that looks like it's at 123. And if it breaks through that, then you got 107. So just be very cautious. XPON, XPON pumps all the time and dumps all the time too. So I wouldn't be too worried as well on that one. Hey, what's up, Omar? Night Owl, good morning. Vincent, thank you for coming on to the YouTube and helping me out here, trying to get this going. All right, so that was XPON. Yep, I was disappointed in IXHL. IXHL. I said it right. Look at that. Cardinal, good morning. Sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. I'm still holding XPON. Hopefully it goes back up. XPON's been known to do it. If you look at the 30-minute and just go back, look, I mean, how many times has it hit? There's 197. So 197's its previous high there, and now it's back on the 17th. Let's see when else it pumped here, because I know it usually pumps. Look, where it's sitting at currently is up here where it was at. It was sitting in the 170s. So I don't know why I'm using my little touchpad when I have my mouse. There we go. So you can see it's been there before. So XPON should go back. I wouldn't worry about that one too much. It does a lot of pumping. So that's XPON there. And let's see. So you got some support at 150 if it breaks through this little fair value gap, 165, 166. If it breaks through that, then you're coming down probably to this one and right around here. If it goes up, which, obviously it has a tendency to do so, you're probably going to bump your head first at 187, and then you're probably going to bump your head about $2. If it can break through that, then you're probably going to get to 221 and possibly 260. That's where you have a lot of resistance, about 260 all the way up to $3 there on XPON. All right. Hey, what's up, Mel? I figured we'd just do like a little morning session, a little weekend morning session, see how this goes. I know the assignment. Yes, you do. Thank you so much. All right. No problem, Tushy. No problem. Like, share, and subscribe, and do all that stuff. Hoping for a big week next week. Yep. All right. You guys have any other questions, any tickers you want me to take a look at? Omar Big says IXHL. IXH. There it is. IXHL. Yeah, so this one, man, I had high hopes for it yesterday. It let me down. It let me down pretty big. But, it's okay. So currently, I'm sure you've seen this pattern before. So the idea behind it is it keeps trying, right? So it comes down, and the bulls bring it back up, comes back down, bears drag it down, back up, up, down, up, down, up, down. Notice it's getting smaller on the way down. So technically, this thing's going to get exhausted. Either the bears or the bulls are going to get exhausted here. And what you're looking at is a support. Now you could use the wicks or you can use this line right here, which is, you know, basically off the bodies and these bottom wicks here. So as you can see, it's a wedge, right? It's wedging. It's not a descending wedge. It's just a wedge. So technically, what should happen, this should be, and I had this on my screen, but I deleted it because I was doing some stuff. This right here is what you would call a loading zone. Okay, so there's your loading zone. Make it green. All right, your loading zone's right here. As you can see, the bulls step in and keep dragging it back up. You know, the only thing we had against us yesterday on this one is it was a Friday. That's what I feel. I feel the reason it did not do anything yesterday is because it was a Friday. 414 million shares traded on a float of 21 million. That's insane. That's insane. It rotated the float 20 times, pretty much. So I think that honestly, this loading zone here, and did I make that a little big? Let's see. No, bottom wicks, yeah. So I think as long as it can hold this 56 cents and not break down past 53, I think we're okay. I'm not in it anymore. I get out. I don't hold anything anymore, guys. It's too risky. So every time I hold and I go, hey, this could possibly work out, it's like the gods of the bears hear me and they drag the shit out of it through the dirt and in the mud. Um, but I do see that this thing is trying. I mean, it keeps bumping its head. Now, the thing that had me going yesterday, this was a perfect little inverted head and shoulder pattern. Oh, here, I'll take it. I'll put it over here. Thanks. This was a perfect little inverted head and shoulder. Hey, buddy. Sorry, the baby's awake, so I gotta pay attention to baby. Hey, hey, where's my kisses? He burped. A kid weighs 30 pounds. Can you guys believe that? He's only 17 months old. He weighs 30 pounds. He's a little meatball. You're a little meatball. Um, but yeah, so I see this pattern working out. So here's your inverted head and shoulders pattern. I thought right here is gonna go. It didn't, so I just took a little bit of money off there. I basically took a little, and then I sold the rest down here when it didn't work out. This is 30-minute chart, so these candles look really nice and spicy. All right, so it just kept going down, but it kept holding support at 56 cents. It would come down, you know, a little bit here and there, but right back up. And even into the close of Friday, it held. So, in my opinion, I do think this is going to go up. I do think it's going to get back up to 63 cents at minimum. Um, I think that the way that this should look, and I should use my drawing tool because look at that. See, I didn't even have to change anything. Look at this, right? Rockets away. So, oh God, I'm so silly. But no, I felt like if you were to really keep your eyes on this thing, I felt like you've got your little one shoulder, the head, and the other shoulder. And I felt like that was supposed to be the trigger because we were going into after hours on such good volume. I mean, we had 414 million shares traded. So right now, as long as it holds this line right here and doesn't break through this line right here, if it breaks through this, okay, cool. It's probably just doing this right here. But if it comes down below that, it's probably going to come down to about 45. Now, right here, what I'm thinking is going to happen is in pre-market, it's probably going to spike. It's probably going to spike maybe to, I don't know, just above 63 cents. If it can break 65.73, then I think this thing has a good chance of getting up to maybe 85 cents. That was my initial target was about 85 cents. So right up here. All right, but that's again, like I have nothing to I'm not in it, you know, like I said. So I'm not sitting here sugarcoating stuff. I'm not giving you hey, yeah, let's make it go up. No, no, no. We don't play that way around here. So just want to make sure you understand that I'm just giving you the gist of what I think that stock's gonna do. All right. Any other stocks here? Roger says SMX. Okay, SMX. Let's look at SMX. So again, you guys understand what I'm saying about this one? I mean, this is a 5 minute right here. And this is what happened into the close into Friday, for crying out loud. You would think because it is Friday, you would think this thing would dump right back down to 47 if it couldn't get through, right? But no, the Bulls kept it legit. They kept it above that 56. So that looked really good, you know. So what's up, Zach? All right, SMX. Somebody asked about. So here's SMX, a little bit thicker of a stock. Wow, it created a fair value gap right there in the after hour close there. Or actually, no, isn't this this is nice. Um, so yeah, so it doesn't really trade in the after hours. Um, so you got 2791, 277, 2778. Okay. So there's your fair value gap. Now, this could work a one of two ways because it did move up nicely. During the day, it shot up from about 2580 all the way to 2790. There might be a little retraction, a little bit. It could probably come down about 2749, and then what I think is going to happen is that it's gonna basically it's gonna do this. This is what I think is going to happen. Okay, I guess I should use my drawing tool. My drawing tool helps. That's why I did this. So this is what I think is going to happen. It did that and then came back up. Okay, it's going to mess around here a little bit when it opens up. So it opens up right here, and it's probably going to do a little bit of this. It's going to fill this gap, and then it's going to go back up. That's what I think. I think it's going to go back up. Now, how far is it going to back up is a different question. So is this the highest it's been, or does it have another point of reference? Look at that. There's 28. You guys see where I marked that? Check it out here. Let's go back. That was a 5 minute. Yes, it was. So check it out. Oh man, I just screwed that up. I forgot. The drawing doesn't stick to the picture. So there's the drawing. The drawing was supposed to be roughly about there. There you go. Roughly about there. So it's going to fill that gap, and it's going to go up to about 28, I think, because that's its previous high right here, right? So I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to fill this little gap here, and then it's going to go up, probably hit that, come back down just a hair, and then make its way back up. So that's my opinion on SMX. All right. Love it, hate it, whatever. I'm not in it. Just giving you guys my idea, my thoughts. Yeah. Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? Thank you for the heart. Appreciate it. All right, guys, let's go. What other tickers you got? Huh? Man, oh man. I stuffed my face with Panda Express last night, and I am just bleh. That's how I feel right now. We already did ELAB, but ELAB's gonna come back. It's just if it can hold this 214 or whatever this is, yeah, it looks like 214. Sorry, 209, 214, 209. If it can't hold that and it drops back down, it's probably going to fill this gap down here and possibly keep going, fill this other gap at 184. If it doesn't break down, which currently it's in a bearish state, right? If it doesn't break down, I think it has a chance to get back up to 228. And this is pumped before, and it's 276, no problem. I think it'll get back there. It's been at 290 multiple times, and this is just from the 14th of July. So it pumps. I mean, look, 274. Again, I don't know where your entry is, but the previous person I spoke with was in at 276, and you can see it keeps getting up there and then getting knocked back down to that 195. So about $2. There's your 275 again. So is it going to go back up? I don't doubt that it'll go back up. ELAB pumps uh, at least once a month. Look here, this is on 609. It pumped up to 398. You know, that's 609. There's 286 again there, and that's on 522. There's 294 again, and that's on 514. So ELAB pumps up. Okay, so there's 369 again. So where do you guys think, if it pumps, if it has a good pump, where do you think it's going to go again? Right? So 320, 312, and then you got 369. And I showed you guys that this thing's been at that 369 before. Look at that, 398. Boom. So, and look, where's this little red line? Look where it came up to. Oh, yeah, 368. Wonder why? Because stocks like to repeat the same damn structure, the same damn trends that they've done before. Now, did it get lower? Did it get, look at that. Where did it hit? 368. I mean, come on, you just can't make this shit up, guys. This is for real. Like, there's your proven fact that stocks repeat the exact same thing that they did before. 368. How many times did I say it hit 368? I don't talk about crypto in here at all. But there you go. So 368, I don't think it'll have a problem getting back up to 276, even 312, just as long as it doesn't drop too far down. Its mediocre steady line is about 240s. That's usually where it sits, about 236, 240. So again, if it has some news, it'll pump. Just pay attention to the volume. The volume will tell you everything. It'll tell you that it's going to start moving, and as long as you start seeing some increase in volume, like, I mean, ELAB's only a 1.48 million float. It did 158 million yesterday. The average volume on this thing is 3.12 million. So if you see anything getting above that 3.12 million, you know that there's something coming. So that's ELAB for you. Any other tickers? Uh, yeah, never swim backwards. I do think, well, I think it could get to 85. I think that IXHL could get 85. It's got to have some news. Um, like I said, I held yesterday pretty long, thinking that it was going to do something, and just didn't want to do it. So that was unfortunate. Hey, all right. Okay. Thank you, Zach, for sharing the live. Guys, do your part. I'm here to help you. You help me. Go to the YouTube channel and subscribe there. This is all free. I have a website you can go to, check that out. That's free unless you want to watch this blog, then you got to pay for it. BBAI Cardinal. BBAI. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one pumps all the time. I've seen this one pump many, many times. Look at that. You got a perfect little double bottom here on BBAI. Well, it's over days, but it's a double bottom. So let's look at the 1 hour. This will kind of put things into perspective here a little bit more. So you got what I call a saggy booby pattern. All right, you've got some resistance about 566. As you can see, it bumped its head here, here, and here. All right, so let's see. So you got 1, 2, 3 times it bumped its head, roughly about that 563, 570. You've got your one bottom here, And you've got another bottom here. Now this one's a little tricky. Actually, that's a third bottom because there's more. There's more bottom. Yep. But that's the big double bottom there. Okay. So now you do also notice that it's got a higher low, right? So you got one low. Actually, check this out. So it is technically in an uptrend. Currently, it's consolidating between 567 and 527. That's what it's doing. It's consolidating right in here. So that is your support. 525 is your support. If it breaks through 543, then it's coming down to this 525. If it breaks 525, you're probably going to see it somewhere around $5. If it gets through that $5, then you're coming down, and you're coming down probably about, oh God, yeah, 371. That's probably where you go down if it doesn't stop at $4. All right, so this thing's looking, I mean, it's looking okay. Is there a possibility that it's going to get back up to 768? I don't know about that one, but it could possibly get back to at least $6. And if it can break that $6, then you've got another stop at about 620, and that's right there. All right. Let's see. I was holding open since 721 at 447 Friday. Fire, no stop. Nice. Yeah. Open was pretty solid last night into after hours. It actually did very well. It did not hit my damn 530 537, but it did hit 527, and it did hit my previous target right there, and that was on the little live stream I did yesterday evening. Looks good, man. I mean, we're looking at a 1 hour chart. Here's a 30-minute chart. So what do I see this thing doing on Monday? On Monday, I think this thing's going to come back down a little bit. It's going to test $5. And then if there is good momentum, and I mean, you got to have solid volume on this thing because it is a big float. It's 653 million shares. So you got to have serious volume on it. So I do think it's going to come down. I'm hoping that it stops about $5. If it doesn't stop at 5, it'll probably come back down 476 and then 450. Yeah, if it does that, all right, it's going to move down, but it's only a retracement. I don't think that this thing is going to keep going down. It has been bullish for quite some time, as you can see here. If you just draw yourself a little thingamabobber. Yeah, I'm going to call it a thingy bobber. It's my channel. I can call it whatever I want. All right, here's the little thingy mabobber. So this is your little channel that it's been trading in. It's been up, it's been down, it's been up. It finally broke through this line here, and now it's bullish as fuck. So there you go. All right, that's what I think about this one. Anything else? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we have? Anybody? YouTube? Hey, what's up, Mel? Thank you. Lace. I'm in still. I'm still in it. Okay, LASC. LASC. So here's LASC. You've got a weird looking inverted head and shoulder pattern on a 30-minute chart. As you can see right about here, let's erase that. You've got one shoulder, the head, the other shoulder, and it moved up, right? So now it's going to trade a little bit sideways. As long as it holds 471, you're okay. I think Monday, let's get out of this and go into the gist of it. Actually, let's take this back. Let's see where it's been. So it is overextended right now. It's definitely above where it usually trends, but if it can break through that 488, there is a good possibility that it's going to get over $5. 5, because currently it closed at 507, so there was a little tiny retracement um, into close. But if it does break, because it is a low float, it's only 5.65 million. Volume on Friday was 3.26 million. Average is 2.68. So it moved on okay volume, not nothing crazy. So LASC does have a good chance if it puts out some news or something. It has a good chance of running back up to that 573. There is a fair value gap on it as well at about 599. Your fair value gaps here. It busted through those other ones. This purple line, that was a fair value gap. So you've got another one here at, like I said, 595, 595, 597. So there's your fair value gap there. So possibilities of it getting back up there are fairly good. If it can break that, your next stop's going to be 621. But yeah, there you go. That's LASC. Now, if it doesn't have any good news coming out, it'll probably come back down a little bit. Probably come back down to about 450, 445. That's LASC. What about Tesla? Tesla is Tesla. Where would you enter ETHT? You do not get to call it thingamabobber. All right, user. Silly boy or girl. I don't know. All right, let's see. Where would you enter ETHT? What is ETHT? Why is that not popping up in my brain? ETHT. That's a ETF. Well, where's your support? Where's your support on this thing, huh? Let's have some of you guys do some work too, right? Let's see. So this is a 30-minute. It looks like it's bumped off of 128 before. It looks like that's its support, 128. So if it drops down to 128, that's not a bad way to look at it, but you got to see some comeback, right? So comeback would be that that volume weighted average price, whatever it may be. Currently it's 130.82. So it's got to break through that volume weighted average price. I'm a momentum scalper. So I look for momentum. If there is momentum and it does break through volume weighted average price, gets back over that line, this little yellow line here, then there's a good possibility it'll hit 131, 132 there, 131.96, 132. Remember, that is a solid area of resistance here. And if it can get through that, it will probably find its way back up. Yeah, you definitely want it to break through that. You got a nice cup and handle formed here on a 5-minute chart. So this is a cup. This is your handle. It did stop there. That is perfect. That is literally, so if you look at this little cup and handle here, it's almost scripted. Almost scripted. Because this is a perfect cup and handle. It did come down into close. It decided to spike up. So now when it opens on Monday, if it can break through this volume weighted average price, this top here, this is, look, I mean, you really can't make this shit up. Again, so you have a nice little stop right here. This is your top. And over here, this literally stopped in the same spot. So it needs to break that. So this is your cup right here. Cup. This is your handle. All right. So my entry on this cup and handle, again, would need to be right around here, right around that 130.82. It would need to break through it with conviction. So that means your MACD's got to be nice and spiked. It's got to be nice and green. Your RSI's got to be above that 50 line where it is right now. I'd say I wouldn't get into it unless that RSI was like 55, 60. That would get it up to probably around here. which would be 130. Yeah, I think one. I would say I would wait for it to break 131. That's what I would say on this one. Thanks, Mel. Appreciate that. So that's what I would do on ETHT. Now let's see. Tesla, TSLA. Wow. TSLA, beautiful, beautiful chart. I've watched this thing, and if I had money to play it, I would definitely play it. Now, the only thing that I would say that's concerning to me about this one is it's doing a ascending wedge. Whoops, wrong one, wrong line. It's doing an ascending wedge. So let's say you just draw yourself. You can even go from here. Look, you got this little guy right here, right? All we're trying to do is fill the voids. You can just take that little drop down there. That was exaggerated. As you can see here, it's respected here, and it's moving on up there. That's its bottom trend line. Here's its top trend line, right? It hasn't yet exceeded. It hasn't yet broken through, so it's still trending, right? So now it's going to hit here. It's going to go back up to here. It's going to come back down to here. More than likely, what's going to happen with this, and this is just, again, my opinion, nothing but my opinion, not financial advice, right? What I think it's going to do is at some point, it's going to break through this. It's going to come through. It might go up to like 344 or something. It'll give you like a little double top, or it'll give you some extended wicks, some top tails, or whatever you want to call them, and then it's going to come back down. It'll probably come back down to volume weighted average price, about 340.23. That's my opinion on Tesla. That's what I think. You've got a rising wedge or an ascending wedge. And that's typically what happens. It'll spike through the channel here, or not the channel, the trend line here. It'll spike through it. Like I said, probably 344, and it'll come back down probably 340, or even maybe a little lower. Looks like it's got a lot of support right about 337. But Tesla's going to keep on moving. Thanks, Mel. I appreciate you. So that is it. That is it. Any other tickers you guys want me to look at? All right. Let's see. So I hold it in Schwab. I can't do anything. Yeah, you can't do anything until 4 a.m. if you're Pacific Standard Time. Hi, baby. Are you done eating? Look at the belly. The belly. Yeah, so when I want to rub Buddha's belly, I just rub my little kid's belly. Because he's a hefty boy. We got a football player. Now he'll probably play golf or something. No. DVLT. All right. Yeah. So Mel, yeah. Schwab is 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Can't trade before that. And if you have a sell limit, a take profit set for it to take profit, and it's 359, and it goes through it, and it goes up like $5 past your take profit, and it's 359 in the morning. Schwab's not open till 4. It won't fill it. So it could spike up $100 while you're sitting there going, what the fuck? Why isn't it filling? Fill it. Damn it. I'm making so much money right now. And then guess what? 4 a.m. opens up, and now it's below your take profit, and it crashes, and you're screwed. That has happened to me with Schwab so many times that it was finally the final straw was broke, and I decided to switch everything over to Webull. And I know. I'm still trying to get a hang of the Webull process, because I didn't trade on it that much, but it's super easy to use, and there's a lot more information I get from Webull than I do from Schwab. But the good thing about Schwab, especially for beginners, for people just learning how to trade stocks, Schwab will let you trade. Schwab will let you buy with less than 100 shares on a stock that's under $1. Now Webull won't. Stocks under $1, you can't buy less than 100 shares. So that sucks. What, Bubba? Hi. So yeah. Any other tickers? Oh yeah, DVLT. Let's take a look at DVLT. DVLT. You know, I have not seen one ticker that I'm like, oh my god, yeah, this thing's gonna freaking fly. I've not seen one ticker yet today that I think for Monday is going to be amazing. So I got a lot of lurking to do. I got a lot of searching to do to see what I find that can possibly move. So as you can see, this one's got support, DVLT, support about 40 cents. Here's your support right about there, 40.73. Look at that. It was its previous resistance. It broke through that, came right back to it after it hit 44.10. DVLT. You've got resistance on DVLT. I'd say probably about 42.71. Let's take a look here real quick. All right, so if you can break that 44, if you can break that 44 cents, you could be set for a little bit, maybe 10 cents. It's going to find resistance at about 45 again, and then 48. But if it can break through, it can do some damage. It can do some running. Currently, it's been in a downtrend, as you can see, pretty hefty downtrend from 84 cents. Finally found some bottom there at 34. Yeah, hefty downtrend. So I'm not a fan. Currently sitting at that 41.97. Its low is 35.84 there. Let's see, has it been lower? No. Oh, what was that? What was that? What happened here? What happened? What had happened? What had happened? I think that's where it started. I think that's where its little liftoff started. Oh man, yeah, it's been lower. It's been at 13 cents, 12, 10 cents. That's where it's been. It's been at 10. Oh shit, 8 cents. Jesus Christ. Where's this thing been? Wow, 2 pennies. Oh my god, it was a 2-penny stock and then all of a sudden it exploded. Can you imagine being the guy? Well, it probably split. Was there a split? It had to have been a split. There's no way that thing ran like that. Did that thing run like that? Anybody know? I don't feel like doing any research on it right now. But damn, it ran 1150 and then took a moonshot and then came down. And then it's been in downtrend ever since. So just be careful. This thing may or may not drop all the way back down to that 30 cents, like I said, and then probably if it breaks through that, you got a bottom you're gonna smack your ass on. But again, the stocks have been really weird. You got to look at other things. You got to look at other things on this one, which would be the float's only 69.79 million, 69.79 million. Volume has increased to 6.38 million, averages 3.56 million. You got to look at SEC filings, see what they're saying. See, because currently it's below $1. It's been below $1 for a little bit, and you got the NASDAQ minimum bid price rule. It's got to be over $1. So if it can't get over $1 and hold over $1 for 10 days, then this thing's going to get a delisting notice or a delinquency notice or whatever you want to call it. Let's see, what do we got here? BSLK. Okay, let's take a look at BSLK. That one was fun. That one was fun, man. That was a beautiful spike to that 19. Or what was that? 17, 18. I think it was 18 bucks roughly. But yeah, that was beautiful. We were watching it. You got that. I drew this little channel here that was trending up, and then it broke down, and then kapow! A little 3 bar play here and more movement. Beautiful. Oh god, that was fun. All right, so we erased that little channel. Let's see, it's holding. So it's holding nicely just at 654 there. You've got some support at 7 bucks. So $7. If it breaks $8 psychological level of resistance. Currently, it's its psychological level of support because there it is bouncing off of 8. Volume weighted average price is 830, and currently you're above that. So it needs to stay above that technically 818. If it breaks 818, it's going down to 8. If it breaks 8, it's coming down further. But I mean, look at all this. This was in after hours and it did this. That's not bad. It literally carved a channel 843, 819. How many times up and down, up and down, up and down in 30 minutes? Jesus. On very low volume though. 1,000 shares here, 1,000 shares there. During the day, it didn't really have any big spikes of volume. It was just 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 2,000, 3,000. I think I saw 5,000 here somewhere. So not a whole lot of volume, but the float, it doesn't need to have a whole lot of volume. The float's only 1.87 million. All right, it didn't do anything amazing on Friday. It only did 714,000 shares traded. That's another reason why it probably came down. Currently, BSLK is in a downtrend. So I know this looks like something. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. So currently it is in a downtrend for the past 1, 2, 3. I'd say the past 3 days it's in a downtrend. And we can show you that right here. Whoa. All right. I'm going to move that up anyway, so it doesn't matter. So there you go. There's your support. All right. So here's your downtrend the past, I'll say 2 days. We'll go 2 days. 2 days is a good downtrend. But the downtrends, in my opinion, that could just be consolidation. This little downtrend right here, that could be consolidation. And as soon as you look at this and it keeps holding here, look at that. Bounce there, bounce there, bounce there. So that's where the algos are sitting, keeping it from dropping down. That's where the algorithm's sitting, keeping it from going below that $8.16, $8. So that's where it's sitting. Currently trading sideways. It traded after this little sell-off here at the beginning of Friday. It traded sideways. Consolidation. Algos have it jumping back and forth. You could have traded this so many times in the after hours there and actually probably made a little bit of wealth there for you. So 847 is your resistance. It breaks 847. You can probably get up to just about 875, maybe 888, something like that. Yo, thanks, Elijah. Thank you for the goat. Appreciate you, man. Good morning. Guys, don't forget to go to YouTube. I'm also there. I'm looking to get that up to 1,000 here soon. My goal is by the end of the month, but that's not that far away. So I'd need at least like 50 people a day to get to my goal. Look at that. You can pause and continue from there. You can pause the live and continue from there. That is true. Also, the good thing about YouTube is you get to re-watch the entire live if you want because it's on there. Yeah, that's the cool thing. That is a very cool thing. You could also stream it to your TV. That's a real cool thing too. So you can be sitting on your couch and watching your TV. You could watch your favorite TikToker or your favorite YouTuber on your TV, and I could be trading live with you in the mornings on your TV. How cool is that? I always wanted to be on TV, and I was. I was on TV. I was a backup actor and a backstage actor, whatever you want to call it, background. There we go. I was a background actor there for a little bit, and yeah, it was fun. I'm switching. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. So, and again, I might one of these days I might just get a wild hair up my ass and I might just do it on on YouTube and only start doing it on YouTube cuz TikTok's going to go away. And, technically, like, is it nice you guys throwing like the goat at me and the hearts me and that kind of stuff? Sure, it's nice. I appreciate it very much. It does give me a couple bucks here at the end of the month. But again, I'm not supporting TikTok. TikTok's just unfortunately they don't give a shit about you and they don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit about the creators. All they're doing is trying to make money. 50% of what you make basically goes out of your pocket into their pocket and then into PayPal or whoever you use to transfer your money into your money. So that's one thing, and then the other thing is how many fake accounts are there, and how many times have my followers reported those fake accounts, and the fake accounts are still there you know and what do you really have to do to prove that it's you? Like, I've done the whole facial scan thing. I've shown them me, it's me, and this is my channel. Who's in the videos, who's in the pictures, who's in all that crap? That's me, no one else. So if somebody's using my account, don't you think, not my account because they can't, but they can use my picture, they can use my videos, they can do all that on their own account and gain followers there and scam the shit out of them, and TikTok doesn't do anything about that. See, that's just bullshit. So again, you guys have to make sure that Jrockstocks is spelled exactly like this. Jrockstocks, like this right here. Hang on. Let's see. Let's move that out of the way. Oh crap! I don't even have Jrockstocks on there. What the shit? Here, it's at the bottom of the screen. You guys can see it. Jrockstocks.com, and just take away the .com. That's how it should read. Oh man. But yeah, let me get this back to where we were here. I believe there's somebody else asking about a stock here. What's up, Chris Jones? Yep, yeah. Some of them have a zero instead of an O. Oh yeah, there's a lot of crap going on with that, and TikTok doesn't care. So INTZ. Did we look at INTZ already? No, we didn't. All right, let's take a look at INTZ. So yeah, just be careful. And remember, I'll never talk crypto. I'll never ask you to go to Telegram or WhatsApp. Oh, you know what? I should probably put that on the screen, right? Yeah, that would be good. And I know where to put it. Hang on one second there, Cardinal. I just got to make a quick little text thing. I can delete that. Yeah, I had this up on my screen there. IXHL just authorized 20 million shares repurchase. Bears better get the fuck out and let this run. Yeah, Bears didn't listen. So there's that. There's this little guy. That's my bullish cover there. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Let's see. Remove that. Do I want to remove? Yes. Yeah. Okay, cool. I can change this. That's what I'll change. There we go. So we'll go no crypto. None of these. Maybe none of these. Let's see. No crypto. No Telegram. And no What's it called? What's it called? WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp. WhatsApp. There we go. And let's, instead of it being green, we'll make it red because red means no, right? And I'm really hoping that people see this and are aware that, hey, there is no talk about that shit in here. There we go. Looks like I could fit it right in here. Right in there. There we go. All right, let's see how that looks. How does that look? Let's drop that down. There we go. Now you guys know. Everybody knows. None of these. No crypto, no Telegram, no WhatsApp. There we go. Perfect. That way, when people watch this, hopefully they don't get scammed by these jackasses that ask people to go to crypto. Now, I might make it white because that is hard to read. Is it easy to read for you guys or is it hard to read? Looks like it looks pretty good, I think, right? There you go. Yeah, TV is. So I'm streaming at the highest rate I can stream at, highest bit rate. So you can do this high def if you have a high def TV. All right, let's talk about INTZ. So INTZ dropped down to, hey, knock it off. Stop banging the brush, Jet. I'm gonna have to get off soon because I gotta play with the baby. I don't got to. I get to play with the baby. Okay, so hit 181. There's a gap, created a little gap there, 182, 183. Currently doing somewhat of a cup and handle. As you can see here, this is a cup, possibly working on a handle. This is a 30-minute chart. So if this does work out, possibly even a big inverted head and shoulders. If this does work out, you'll probably see about 208 again, $2. Currently at 181, so it's not, nothing drastic. It's 16 million float. Its average is 543,000. Its volume on Friday was only 162,000. Now here's the thing. You gotta watch. If it doubles the average volume, so the relative volume is like, we'll say 2x, I'd start paying attention to this because something's going on, and it should make a move. So as soon as the volume on INTZ starts to pick up and does like 2x the relative volume, I would I'd pay attention to it. Or it gets closer to, in pre-market. I'm talking pre-market is mostly what we trade is pre-market stuff. Um, I'd say if that volume in pre-market is over 1 million, I would I would play it. I'd probably jump in and check it out. So definitely take a look at that. How about no DM? Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll put that on right now too. No DM because I don't DM either. I'm just one of them guys. I don't like to fuck around here. And no DM. No DMs. No DMs. I should probably make these all capitals too. That would probably be more professional. Look like I know what I'm doing. There we go. Perfect. Actually, I think I'll move this a little further left here. I'll probably end up putting a black backsplash on it. Probably put like a red border around it, just so people are aware that I don't do any of that. But that is a good idea. Thanks, guys. I'm glad we figured that out. All right, so let's keep on looking here. You know what? It's 7:48. The kid's banging on the ground. It's It's very distracting when you hear your kid banging on the ground, which he's probably telling me, "Daddy, Daddy, come on, let's go play." Can you do a video for Weeble on exactly how to set up the chart? I can. Yeah, now that I have it like this, now that I've got this setup, of course I can. Because with the setup now, everything's clear, the volume's clear, which is that's a huge. So I come from a background of video, and I one thing that really drove me nuts about video was audio. I wanted to make sure that the audio was clear. You know, people wonder why I've got the green on. The green is there because my at my uncle's house, he's got pink walls, and pink walls are super aggressive and just I personally think that my complexion with those walls looks like shit. So so I decided, you know what? Let's make it look like I'm in a bunker. And so the green is there. I'm also bullish as I'm bullish as fuck, right, Jet? Oh, thank you. You gave me a wipe. I'm cleaning my hands right now. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah. Uh oh, another one. Oh, okay. Thank you. Did you clean your hands? Did you clean your hands? Can I have that little twig you found? Oh, wait, can I have that? Oh, oh, sorry. Oh, thank you. Oh, goodness, there it is. Thank you. Okay, couple more minutes, okay? I'm just gonna say bye to my friends. All right. So, thank you. So again, RPTX. Let's talk about RPTX. I think INTZ, I think it has a good chance of going up. It's just got to get that volume. Once that volume pumps, this thing can be a good one. Actually, I, did I put I one of them was oh man, I gotta look at my website. I gotta look at the swing plays. I gotta look at what I put in the Discord. What did I put in here? All right, I'm gonna have to get going, guys. My kids definitely wanted to play with me here. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I didn't put it in there. I'm gonna check it out for a swing play idea. INTZ. Because it does look interesting. I gotta look at the financials and stuff like that. I gotta run it through my little. Hey, no, don't touch the monitor. I gotta run through the little gauntlet here, but I do think it can get back up to 208. I don't think it'll have a problem getting up there. It's currently looking like it's doing it. Let's see what a 1 hour looks like. Yeah, look. Oh gosh. Oh jeez. Did you hurt yourself a little bit? Um, yeah, it's looking like an inverted head and shoulder pattern, probably. Yeah, right here. Yeah, right here. You hit your head right here. Ouchies. All right. So yeah, it looks like it's going to get up to about 208 if it can break through on good volume. You got to look for that good volume. All right, guys. I'm going to get out. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, if you're not subscribed to jrockstocks.com, then you're missing out. Honestly, I think I have one of, if not the best community to hang out in. Everybody's really nice, and if they're not, they get kicked out. That's how I am. That's what I do. If you fuck around, you find out. I do give one chance. If somebody's being a dick just because they had a shitty day, okay, I understand. But let's talk. You know, I am one of those guys that will go on the Discord and explain stuff to you if you ask me. And again, I think it was Mel. Yeah, I think Mel asked about if I can do a video on setting up the charts. I can definitely. So, thanks for hanging out with me this weekend. Awesome guys. Again, go do the YouTube thing for me. I would very much appreciate that. But enjoy your weekend. We'll see. Maybe I'll do another one of these in the morning tomorrow, and we'll see. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a great weekend.